Howdy gamers, it is Smoked, and we are back with a little update on what little couple changes I've made since the league start. Hope everyone's league start's going good. Mine's been loot-wise pretty lackluster, but otherwise, other than that, pretty phenomenal. I've had a blast. I did move off of, and one change that we've made as of day, what is it, 5 now? 4 5, is we've gone away from the Mooncallers, and I got my 4th Spectre and switched the whole entire build into a Chaos Poison variant. So these Spectres that I'm using are new from the mechanic, and they're from Total League, but they're called the Tawhoa Shamans, and basically what they do is they lob Poisonous Concoction. Everybody loves Poisonous Concoction from leveling with Pathfinder and running it, right? Well, what's better than 4 to 9 of them, right? So they shotgun, the AoEs overlap, the poison or the damage is 100% chaos. It's a lower flat number, but it poisons on 100% chance to hit, 100% chance to poison, which is huge. So those numbers I feel will scale well. I went with a Severed in Sleep to go with a cheap alternative version because I run Envy for bossing and Determination for mapping. It withers on hit. My minions are obviously withering on hit. Our zombies are culling, and they have Behead, which is, if in case anyone isn't familiar, it's basically a mini headhunter, and it's actually ridiculous. They get all the similar buffs that the headhunter gets, except for your zombies get them. You get extra ES, you get extra survivability, regen, etc., which works really well because we're squishy and we don't have a belt, right? So my zombies are doing that for me. They're obviously going to be going with speed because of the call, and just I want them doing things very fast, right, and withering very fast, because not only are they going to be withering, but my specters will be withering. We threw Malevolence and Precision in with Generosity on the Envy because, for obvious reasons, these don't affect us and they affect our minions. Temp Chains for now until I get more crit to go Assassin's Mark. But Temp Chains and Despair, obviously you see the Despair with the Witchfire. So the cool thing with the Umbilicus tech is that not only can I use my Flask for damage, but I can use them for aura as well, and utility. So right now I'm using this as a full entire Despair aura, and the increased effect of Flask, it's gonna buff with this. The level of your auras is gonna buff with this. There's a lot of cool things that work with it until we get Bottled Faith, and then we'll probably sub out the Phasing Flask. But as you can see, a juiced up Onslaught Flask, a juiced up Diamond Flask, the Overflowing Chalice because it helps everything else regen. We don't really need it because we're Scion, but it does help in the interim until we do get a Bottled Faith. +1 Spectre Boots because we needed to hit level 25 Ray Spectre to get our 4th Spectre. Greater Volley allows the shotguns because they're throwing Poisonous Concoction. Minion Speed because they're spamming it. I've been toying around with AoE, and it's actually really ridiculous as well, but it's just low level. I haven't figured out which one I like more. And then added Chaos Damage. I might end up toying around with these more as it goes, but the cool thing about these and some of the tech behind it is that they spell echo. So it is an attack, yes, they're throwing a Poisonous Concoction, right, they're throwing Chaos Kobe, but it is considered a triggerable skill, so testing it on and off, you could visually see that it actually does things, right? So it's actually working, which in my opinion is sick. So that's something we get to utilize. I'm running a Malevolence Jinx Juju for now, placeholder until we get the +3 Ami. These are literally bone rings that I think I crafted right after I got into maps just to cap my reses. As you can see, they're not good. They're probably worth 1C each. These gloves I crafted, and they were literally worth pretty much nothing. I've spent less than 3 div probably on this build so far. Thus far, I think the most I spent was this shield because I had a +1 and some minion crit, and that was just because I was picky and wanted the minion crit. But outside of that, it's literally costs absolutely nothing. It has killed Eater, we haven't tried the other. We haven't tried Elder yet, and I haven't fought Maven. But it's Eater and Exarch were both easy. Oh, I forgot to do this. Where's my defiler? Do we get that yet? No, we don't. Rip me. Do frozen cabins because it's outside. But needless to say, it has progressed the Atlas fine. I think we're at 89 out of 115, and I haven't been able to play nearly as much as I've wanted to. The only awakened gem we have right now is a level 1 minion damage, so like, you know, none of our gems are leveled. We'll get an awakened spell echo here. And then I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do chest wise. We're either going to go with a Covenant and stick with 8 specters and do a +2 Covenant, or do a 9, you know, go with a +1 armor and then go with another specter to get 9. I just haven't decided, but I think the 8th with the extra gem socket would be a better trade-off than the 9, but that's still debatable on whether or not that is going to be done. So we will see. But needless to say, this is where we're at so far. The cool things about the tech of this is that we're using Flesh Offering, right? And Precision, Vitality. Our only line of defense is Regen. So our Regen with our Flask up is going to be 1200. It's not amazing, but 1200 feels good. As long as we can tank one-shots, we're good, right? So when we're not running Envy and we have Determination up, we're a little tankier. We don't have, you know, we're not capped Fizz damage reduction yet, but we'll get there when the, you know, when the gear progresses, and it won't feel as squishy. Right now it feels a little squishy. Feels really squishy when you're running this route, but this route does so much damage that it's like it offsets, right, the defense almost. So our chaos res is awful. Like, our defenses are awful. They're just like, you know, place holding, and it still feels insane. I give it like an A as far as clear speed and a B as far as bossing goes. It will probably be a lot better. It'll probably be AA, honestly. Maybe not S's of both, but maybe definitely A's of both when you do either of the two in-game chess pieces. Right now, I'd still give it A of clearing and maybe a B of bossing, just because the uptime is not as hard if you don't have Feeding Frenzy in, because they move around and you got to get them to throw, you know, the Kobe's, or else they're not doing anything. But needless to say, it's been a blast, and it's been a good switch. The Moon Mommies were a little slow. These things are just, you just fly through the map. You know, I've Whirling Blades on, so that's a lot faster too. You can use Leap Slam if you prefer, but it's just something I want to do. And then, of course, right now I'm running a Stone Golem and a Carrion Golem for my zombies and for my minions, for the buffs, of course, of both of those, until we get the 9 specters. Tree-wise, it's pretty, you know, obvious as far as what trees we're going with. You know, chaos damage, you know, the typical increased minion damage. Recently, we have that on pretty much every gem that we can. Unending Hunger, of course, you know, right here, because it still slots. Knock on wood, they don't fix this, but Unending Hunger has been completely unchanged with Soul Eater. Your minions still grow, and they still have... They don't seem to be losing the buffs. They might lose them a little faster, so that they might have fixed, but they definitely didn't fix the character size growth, which is huge, in my opinion. So, pretty happy about that. But needless to say, the Spectral, one extra thing, the Spectral Leader is a little squishy, so I had to spec into Indomitable Army and keep Righteous Army up to make sure they didn't die instantly, or in, you know, Eater fights, or like crazy Pinnacle stuff. 10-way Maven with 8 bosses on the map. No, actually, it handles Maven fine. It's literally just like if I were to do like a hunter fight that was Maven Witness with 4 other people watching it, or, you know, something along those lines. Sometimes the Spectral Leader is squishy, so taking that node has helped that, and, you know, you don't have to worry about him dying as much. But let me know what you guys think. It is, you know, in its pre-stages, of course. As you can see, there's literally been nothing invested. This has been less than, like I said, 3 divs, you know, as far as investment, and it's still crushing. So I'm pretty happy to see where it scales. And see where I can take these guys, especially with 8 of them, right? Or 7 of them with 1 Spectre leader if I decide to go that route. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. GG's. Alright, little Drox fight. 1 Spectre leader, 3 Tawhoa Shamans. Good bit faster than it could be faster if I have my movement speed, right? But it is a good bit faster than the
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
what's it called? Build we went with prior. Name callers. So let's see, this is probably clear. These things, once I start focusing, it's actually just one. Like that was a fucking pattern. Like I couldn't see the ground. It was all just monsters. Stuck.
I have nothing more to give. Boskies. Upstairs. I didn't get to open that. I'm just looking for the boss that I killed on accident, but I didn't know where they were. That's it. Let me know when, please. Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Flash charges. Turn off my determination. Turn on my envy.
I've killed countless thousands. What's one more? Answer to your lord.
I have nothing more to
Weight
give.
of law. Force of arms!
Nice. Didn't think we were going to be able to tank that. That's good. Let's see how we push through this damage.
Weight of law! Your sentence is death!
I'll take it for a juice Drox. 4 speckies out of our 8/9.